Yes, let's get started. So welcome everybody to the TST meeting on November 5th, 2024. Before starting, again, let me remind that this meeting is recorded and will be published. Let's start with the first agenda item. Someone from BISTN, could you please give about progress this week?
Yeah, sure. If you maybe can you go to the SOB page so we can just use it as an index. Well, first three are done and accepted. M132 regarding the aggregation switch, that's upgraded and configured. The documentation is part of the diagram. We will close that. We are waiting for having the OLTs and everything working before we automate that and prepare that to be closed. Okay, so it's working as expected, but until we have the end-to-end, we will rather leave that the milestone open. Regarding the OLT ONUs, we do have the diagram. We upgraded that. I'll share that in a minute. Any update on the image for the Radices OLT? Because we were waiting for that.
Yeah, I sent a mail to Jan. Jan is not there in the call today.
Okay. No, he's out on vacation this week.
Okay, I'll forward you the mail.
Okay, great.
But I have a question. So how do I upload? Because I wanted to share the image. I have shared in the steps on how to update, but I need to copy the image. Where can I copy the image for now?
I think that let me find a place in the. I think one of the servers in the lab will be most likely be the proper place, at least so we can download it and apply that, and we'll need to find something better for the long term. Let me think about it, and I'll point you to somewhere in the lab.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so the plan is to go this Thursday. We'll be there. We'll recable everything, and if you allow me for a minute, I think Mahira, you need to stop sharing.
Sure.
So I can share. Okay, so we updated the diagram. Once that's fixed, we'll upload it as well. It's documented in Netbox. This is how it will look like. Okay.
Can I interrupt here?
Sorry?
Can I interrupt for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I sent a few comments on this diagram.
Yeah, I'm getting to that next.
Okay.
I think this is an updated one, so this should reflect your comments. Okay, for example, here we have if it's GPON or XGS-PON, we have reused some of them as they were. I mean, there was no need to change them. We have not changed. This is the intended status. Let's say on Thursday we'll be there, recabling everything. So regarding first is as you mentioned that let's use this as this in GPON. The Radix is in GPON mode with the GPON ONUs, and this in XGS-PON. We have left, and we plan to leave here as well the GPON ONUs because these were already connected here, and there is a specific DT pipeline targeting SAXL plus GPON. So I think that the pipelines are just updating if this works in GPON or XGS-PON. So for the time being, we'll rather leave here the GPON ONUs, so we are able to have both pipelines running here.
Okay.
And here also the VLANs for the BNG and the configuration in the switch that's updated. I mean that's what we have. We'll upload it soon. And this is what once we make sure that everything is right, we'll automate the configuration of the aggregation switch with all these VLANs. Okay, 0% here we have if it's GPON or XGS-PON. And And the last thing you asked about was the LXC containers. What we have in the podconfigs repos is sort of the input for the pipelines, how the pipelines expect the LXC containers to be connected. But these LXC containers were actually manually configured in the hosts. So that's something that we found out in the earlier phase of the project, when we found out that some of the LXC containers were in fact disconfigured, and that was the reason for the pipelines failing. As we have reinstalled all the nodes here, we have rebuilt the configuration for the LXC, and that's triggered now as well from an Ansible playbook. So this should be pretty stable, but now it should be easy to redeploy all of them. But that's not something that the pipelines are doing, but rather something that the pipelines expect to be there, as described in the YAMLs. Okay.
Okay.
And I think those were the questions. Yeah. So that's for the. If you want, I can go back to the SOV. So that's, I mean, as I said, these once we have the image, we'll upload that and recable everything this Thursday. For the other one that's in track, this documenting and detailing everything in Netbox. So that's a work in progress. When everything is done, that will be closed. And the last one that's fully in progress is the M2 installation starts. I don't know everything. As I said, we are right now, I mean, all the nodes. Let me go back to the drawing. All these nodes have been redeployed and reconfigured with Kubernetes. The LXC containers have been deployed. We have the BNG taken out from the nodes and now deployed as a new machine in the infra host, and that's also automated with an Ansible's playbook. So, I mean, everything is in place, but still we want to get a little bit further with the OLTs and the OpenUs and be able to run, even if it's manually from the nodes, some end-to-end test before marking the installation and setup steps as completed, and then move on to the pipelines.
Okay, great.
And as I said, the Thursday we'll be there. We'll maybe at some point we'll reach out to you, because we will just recable everything with the splitters that were in place and the attenuators. We'll try to check that at least the optical connection is okay, as far as we can do with the OLTs without deploying anything else. So at least we know that the physical layer is okay, and then move on to more higher level tests. And that's it from our side.
Okay, thank you. Any question to Joaquin from anyone?
Joaquin, last time Jan said that he did try to connect to ROLT console port, but he was unable to.
Yes.
Which console cable did he use? Because we have to use the one which has come along, but I'm not sure if it did come along with the box.
Okay, I'll check with Roger. As I said, Jan is out on vacation this week. I'll check with him and make sure that they will be this Thursday, they will be there physically. We can make any test online if needed.
Yeah, sure. If you need one, there is already one with Mike. There is one more ROLT. I think so. It's 1600X again. But it doesn't matter. We have another new console cable there, so we can use that instead. If at all it didn't come with the box.
Okay. I'll make sure that Roger knows that.
Okay.
Thank you. Currently, actually, about this table, state of work table, I would like to add reviewers for each of the items here. I added a reviewers column to the table. And I want to add at least name of 2 people for each row, people from TST probably, so that they will be responsible to check the documentation and if required, the other acceptance criteria that we haven't checked yet to approve the actual work. Is there any objection from TST members about that? So anyone volunteer to any of these roles, or do you want me to put random names onto all these items?
You can add me for 1.1, 1.2.
You can also add me, Mahir. This is icons.
Or second one, I'm adding myself. Anyone for-
I maybe volunteer for M14, for example, just OLT related items, maybe.
Yes, Burak?
Yeah, for 1.4, you can add my name as well.
Abhilash, that was you? Okay.
Yeah, 1.4. I can also review with you.
Couldn't hear. So this for this one?
For 1.4, the OLT and new models.
For irrigation switch, Serkan, your name. Adding myself. This is more general, so sorry.
You can put my name as well.
Abhilash, Serkan, network diagram. Who else?
Yeah, my name. Yeah, you can put my name. M2 as well. My name you can put, I'll review these.
Dark or planet?
M3.1. I can review M3.1.
Yeah, mine on M3.1 as well. Abhilash and Praneeth.
Yeah.
Mahir, did you call my name?
Yes, and I put your name.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
that's great.
And what is the deadline? The important question.
Deadline for all of the items will probably be at end of the year, but it's better to check them after they finished by BISTN. 1 or 2 in 1 or 2 weeks, so that we can discuss them at the coming TST meetings, and if anything missing, we can let BISTN to correct them. Okay.
I see.
So let's try to check them in a few weeks after it's sent. It's just after it's sent date. Going to meeting minutes again. We have done with that and this item. So Eric, still in these documentations, there are these links that we cannot open. Currently don't have access. Could you check our access, the TST members access, if we can open these pages or not. Eric, are you on the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe I have access control there.
You don't?
I don't think so.
So
Those should be accessible if you are connected to the VPN in the lab.
VPN. So we don't have, yeah, I mean, the TST members don't have access to the VPN at the lab. I don't know. I mean, we need to access that. Eric, is there any problem to, you know, have create an account for TST members to, you know, to access the VPN or not? I mean, to access the lab.
Yeah, okay. So I can control access to the VPN in that case.
It can be temporary, you know, after this
Yeah.
work is done, you can remove all of these users that you created for us.
Had Joey ever set up anything like that for you guys?
No, I mean,
Okay.
previously the only, you know, according to the policies, ONF policies, and perhaps according to the LF policies also, we couldn't get the access to that. We only had, you know, only ONF guys had the access to this kind of, you know, protected areas, I can say. So currently, I'm not sure if, you know, this is against of the policies of the LF, but, you know, we need to access that to check these documents. If, you know, there's some problem, please you warn us so we can take some other actions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. For the lab diagram, as I said, we received a diagram. Thank you, Jochen, again, and Jan. We gave some updates, and I see that you update the document, and if you can release it to us again, that will be great. Next item, Abhilash, do you have any update about these pipelines? You said you fixed them and will test them. So what's the current state?
Yes, the VOLTHA system test pipeline was not running. I think so. Eric has fixed it. Eric, will merge that change, whatever you've done for the VOLTHA system test.
Yeah, I merged that earlier today.
Okay, sure. Now we'll work on this now. Again, we'll have to change the VOLTHA system test and test it out once. Hopefully by next week, or sorry, this week, we should be able to test it out. Actually, there are some tests which I'm not sure they even passed earlier, but don't make sense. So those things we'll be commenting it out.
Okay. For the patch about the memory consumption,
Yeah, the pipelines are failing, so we're just checking on that. They seem to be random and they're inconsistent. I have to check. We have to check what exactly is failing there. But the changes looks fine, I think, so we can review the changes till we sort out the pipeline.
okay, great. Abhilash, I mean, there's on this most of the patches upstream, I don't see the version files edited. So,
Yeah, correct.
and
Okay.
please, when it's can you edit also the, you know, pump up the version in the version file?
Yeah,
Because-
I'll take care of that.
Okay, and in your presentation, Abhilash, there was two items. One was about the instantiation of the MEs per ONU, And the other one was about the change that we need to do in the channel sizes, but I haven't seen anything in this patch about the channel sizes. So are you going to do in a separate patch or?
Pranit, you raised a separate one
I
for that, or you're planning
yeah
to include?
I thought of raising a separate one, but I included it right away into the same patch since they address the same behavior. So now the changes are also part of this patch name. I just added it today.
Okay, great. Thank you. So thank you. This is an important patch. So if everyone on the call can, review and comment on them, that will be great.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of changes there on handling the MIBs, so MIB templates and instances.
Yes. For the next one about the reconcile ONU process patch, again, there's no version file update there, and the verification test pipes are failing. So could you please, fix this too also?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
In the previous meeting, this proto change about offloading the applications to the OLT. There are merge conflicts need to be resolved there, and if you can take care of it, we can continue to review them also.
Yeah, sure. I'll resolve the conflicts.
Okay, great. Next item is about releasing the release 12 in Jira. Actually, this should have been done in the release time 1 year ago. But when I was checking the Jira tasks in Jira, I saw that the version 2.12 is still not released. So I don't have permission to release them. Eric, I guess you have permission to do that. So could you please release VOLTHA 2.12? Because our next version is 2.13. This should have been released previously.
Sure. I can also grant you permission for that. It would make more sense for you to have that access, I think.
Okay, that also works. If you can give access to the TST members, we can release it. Okay, then another item about VGC build pipelines to be set up. So who is the owner of this item?
Yeah, I added it.
Okay.
So as of now, there is no build pipeline for VGC. I think so we'll have to set up one, and there are test suites available in VOLTHA system tests, but they're not merged yet. But once we have the build pipelines running, we can review the VOLTHA system tests and merge that as well. These are all preparatory items so that we can at least plan to release VGC with the DT workflow in 2.13. For this, Eric, I would need your help to set up the build pipelines for VGC. I can give you the repo and all the details.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, you're taking this offline then?
Yes, yeah, I'll sync up with Eric offline.
Okay. Okay, great then. So that's all on my agenda. Anything from anyone? Floor is open. Abhilash and Michelle, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm on here.
Okay. Sorry being late. I'll send some updates. Abhilash, I'll send I'll respond you on the Slack, and we can prepare something for the board meeting today. Does that work for you, Michelle?
Yes, I am planning on sending out the board slides to the board today, and it would be great if we can include what you're putting together.
Okay. If that's all, thank you very much, everybody, joining this meeting. I see you next week.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.